you know what I'm doing is probably wrong. Oh, I care about her. Then he would, then he's going to die.
In the beginning, I was just here to exploit your resources, but I've come to have an affection. Oh, God, now
yeah.
Hey, Internet, it's Paul, it's Matt, the Dork Lords. We are here talking about the brand new series, Picard, Season 1, Episode 1, Remembrance. All right, so Patrick Stewart's back.
Yes, he is.
And I was very happy to see that.
Yes.
And the show is certainly focused on him, which we kind of knew. It's the title of the show.
Yes.
But also, it's different in tone than, say, Next Generation. Or something like that, where it's like a ship-wide thing.
Yes.
And you get different adventures. In fact, it's also a narrative as opposed to a individual.
Episodic, yeah.
So it is a different feel. Plus, in this situation, he's retired. He's not on a starship.
Nope.
I think from trailer stuff, we see that he will eventually be on some kind of a ship. But for now, he's retired at his vineyard.
Yes.
Much like we saw him in the series finale. All Good Things, right? That's where we have 3 versions of Picard in 3 different timelines. Mm-hmm. One of those timelines is, hey, I've retired, I'm an old guy living on my vineyard, and I am ill. I've got dementia. Now, that timeline has been erased due to events that he did in the past, but that same timeline kind of has taken effect.
Right.
The one difference being, I think, in All Good Things, he was married and divorced to Beverly. So we haven't seen her around or anything, but
and you're making me think there that one of the things that is established in this is the whole destruction of Romulus, which in the movie where that was established,
you're talking to J.J. Abrams.
Yes, that created the Kelvin timeline,
right.
Wherein Spock went back in time. But he also went to a different
correct
timeline.
So in this reality, which is kind of the main Star Trek reality,
they've had so many different ideas about what time travel, though. In this,
that's true. But I think the simple way of looking at it is that Spock has disappeared from the version that we see now.
Yes. But where I was going though is the whole idea of future timelines that you can change or alter. Based on your actions, though, I think is contrary to what they appear to be establishing with, really, in terms of this timeline, you can change your past, but in this situation, he went back to a different timeline.
It's something like a sun
if
going
you want to
supernova.
try to make sense out of it.
Oh, sure. You don't have to. But,
no, you can stop.
Okay. So in this one, he does not seem to be crazy yet. He doesn't have the Irumodic syndrome, right. I think is what it's called. But he is having dreams that are kind of almost like lucid dreaming. And we open on one of them where he's dreaming.
I mean, to me, it's a tradition of dreams on Star Trek before, where you don't know that they're dreaming.
He doesn't seem to wake up and go, "Oh, am I still in a dream? Am I not?" So he seems lucid.
And maybe the tip off for Picard was the same tip off for me, right? Wait a minute, 5 queens.
5 queens.
This has to be a dream.
You cheated. So he's playing poker with Data on, I think it's the Enterprise D.
Yeah.
It's a nice little callback. We see, this is like kind of reference to Nemesis, the movie that not a lot of people probably watched. It was...
and rightfully so.
You know what? It had all, like, you got Patrick Stewart versus Tom Hardy. You would think, like, all right, that sounds good. It was not good.
No one knew that he was good at that point.
So
he was like, he might have been like, I'm phoning it in.
But something that was good about that episode or that movie was this sacrifice the Data makes, and sacrifices himself to save Picard and everyone else. And there is this. It's called B4, another proto Data, and. We opened this episode of Picard with Blue Skies, the song. Blue Skies is a reference to Nemesis because in that movie we see Data singing it. And Riker mentions that was one of the first signs of sentience that he saw in Data, was his ability he was fumbling through the lyrics of that song, and he thought, oh, yeah, he's getting there. And we see B4 at the very end of Nemesis starting to piece through the lyrics to Blue Skies. And so when they play that song here, it's referencing the fact that, oh, see, maybe B4 is just fine, and now it's full of Data. It's not.
Wait, why is that an example of sentience? He's like a computer. He can't just find the like.
I think the implication was. I agree that it's a little, but I think the implication was, the ability to translate and evoke music is somehow you have to have an emotional capacity to do that, to interpret music. I think.
Okay.
I know, but that's what they did.
I understand.
But what they've done in this series is they've said, hey, B4, that didn't work. He was starting up, but no. And so we see later, we see him, he's in pieces.
Although I guess it's possible, they said that didn't work, and they may have still have him like bumping into walls when the whole attack happened.
Right.
Take that guy apart.
We've got Picard dreaming that he's playing poker with Data. Also what they did in Nemesis. I believe there's a scene where they play poker and Picard joins them for like the first time and regrets not having done it before.
Sure.
So he's playing poker, and then suddenly, wait, we're at Mars, what? And then there's an explosion, and he wakes up, and he's at his vineyard. We are introduced to Daj. She is, as we find out later, Data's daughter. She doesn't realize she is an android.
No.
She is hanging out with her boyfriend in Boston. Oops. Suddenly, shock troopers show up, kill the boyfriend. You know what? I like the fact they didn't waste a laser on him. They're like, you know what? You get a knife.
They wasted a knife.
Well, sure. They all died. I think they would have taken it. My guess is they kill him off. They're like, we'll take our knife. Crap, I'm dead. Now I can't get my knife back.
You're right. There you go.
All right. So, kill him with a knife.
What are you under the impression that laser is finite resource or something?
Oh, man, those are expensive. It was just interesting. There was like, because they had all this tech on them, and then they had a very low tech way of killing it.
Yes, that's true.
It's like, okay.
Yeah,
right,
I think they're just there to have fun.
Okay. So one of the things they do mention which is important, I think, for the future of this show season, is they say, "Where are the others?" Plural. She has no idea what they're talking about. You're like, what? Where are you from? Seattle? Does that help? Then they put a bag over her head. So they're not trying to just kill her.
Sure.
It's not like, like the boyfriend. They're like, no, we're taking this thing in.
Yep.
And they're like, has she been activated yet? Nope, she hasn't been activated.
Yeah,
Thank
one of
goodness.
the things they do is they put something on her temples there, and they start looking through something, which
I assume it's her memory. Maybe it's her visual memory, and they can say, like, she was here. Let's go find the others there.
Maybe. I wonder what they were looking for exactly. I wonder if that's a common technology where you can just
Oh, yeah.
Because, if she's not, if she's human, then why is it working? And unless it's supposed to work for a human.
Okay. I assumed it was only working because she was an android, but I could be wrong on that. They were like plugging in, kind of USB-ing it, like doop.
Right. Maybe. But it's not even something that she even talks about. For her, when she gets to Picard, she's like, they put it back in my head and I killed them, whatever.
Off.
But she takes it off and doesn't think anything about that.
It's like, I'll keep this for later. These are cool. She is activated and kills them all rather adroitly.
Yes.
And then freaks out because, her boyfriend's dead. She didn't even know she had these powers. Kind of a Jason Bourne kind of thing.
Yes.
Suddenly it's like, what? Oh, shoot, I have all these powers. It did occur to me in that moment that maybe if the foes that show up, maybe come up with a different way to apprehend the person that, if activated, will kill us all. I assume they seem to be in the knowledge about her, like, they have something. So they probably realize, one way to activate her is to put her under a lot of stress and fear for her life.
You don't know that.
So I think we know that.
Well, you think we now know it? Maybe at the time they didn't.
They
It's like
don't
we
even
don't
know
know what's activated. Like,
So-
oh, phew, thank God she's not activated.
So what we'll do is we'll threaten her life, and then find out if she's Oh, she is activated. Okay, now we're dead.
But again, they may have had that many people there because they thought that would have been enough.
That would be enough. All right.
And you know
So
what? It wasn't.
It was not enough.
So, because certainly,
I'm just saying, like,
certainly their
put some
second
gas
attempt,
in there,
wasn't actually that much more lethal than the first attempt.
Picard has an interview. This is our exposition moment.
Yes.
Where we learn what happened between the years of Next Generation and now. We hear about, of course, the Supernova event.
Yep.
Picard was going to lead an armada to save the Romulans. They actually reached out for help.
Yep.
That's important too, I think.
Yeah,
They were like, hey,
I think
please,
so.
hey, we're going to die.
Right.
Please help us. Picard answers the call. Starfleet not so happy to do that.
Right.
They agree. It sounds like begrudgingly at first.
Yep.
And they're starting this armada. They're creating an armada on Mars that's going to then go save the Romulans. Well, there's this attack on Mars by the synths, basically androids, unprovoked. We're not sure what caused that. That's obviously, there's going to be a conspiracy there. But in any case, they attack, kill a whole bunch of folks, set like the atmosphere on fire. They do a lot of damage. And so as a result of that, the Federation first bans synths.
Yes.
Because they're like, look, you never know.
Yep.
They go crazy on you. And two, they kind of withdraw the whole "we're going to save Romulans" offer.
Yeah.
Kind of leaving. I guess they just leave the Romulans to their own devices.
I guess.
And so, as a result of that, those two actions, Picard resigns, saying basically this wasn't Starfleet anymore.
Yeah.
I don't recognize this Starfleet, and I'm out. The fact that he's got two Romulan housekeepers, servants, suggests to me that he maybe still got some of them out. And I'll bet you these two are two people that were saved by him, maybe. So perhaps there's some portion of the
it's
surviving
possible
Romulans
that it's possible. I mean,
feel favorably toward him.
Yeah. Well,
Yes. He has a dog. He calls number one.
yes.
Runs around with him. But he does have. There's a sense of loneliness to. He has this giant vineyard, and he's got a dog and a couple of Romulan servants,
Yes.
and that's about it.
I mean, I don't know. I think they, in terms of his loneliness, I think what they're trying to establish is he's not in love with his purpose. So he wants to be engaged in really doing something, in the regret that he feels or how he failed. Probably he allowed that to have too much of an effect on him.
Right.
I'm guessing.
Okay. All right. And he misses his old friends, including Data.
Yes. Yes.
He is then visited by Daj, who, after killing, I will say, not incapacitating.
Yes.
She killed a bunch of folks.
Daj walks along the street and sees Picard interview.
Right. She didn't just automatically download his coordinates.
Right.
She was like, no, now I put it together. So she shows up. She's got kind of a crazy story for him, I just killed a bunch of people, don't know who I am. I saw you in my head, here I am.
Right.
To his credit, he's not like, get out of here, you. He takes her in.
Yeah.
She's like, I feel like I know you on some kind of deeper level.
He probably has a memory of the painting that he has one in, so he probably does kind of know her.
Okay.
But he's not sure, I think.
Okay. And so she mentions her name's Daj, that her dad's a xenobotanist in Seattle, and that he created this hybrid orchid that's pink and orange for her. Which there was that flower in her apartment. There was a flower.
Oh, okay.
She's got a necklace with these two interlocking rings. He takes interest in it. That comes into play later. She says her dad gave it to her.
Yep.
Picard goes to sleep again, has another dream.
Yep. Another Data dream.
Another Data dream. That's right. Data's painting in the orchards or whatever, and he's painting this thing, the painting called Daughter. He asks Picard to finish. Picard's like, I don't know how to do that.
Right.
And he's like, oh, yes, you do. Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. And that is an actual painting. It's not just a painting in his dream. Picard has this painting, and it was given to him by Data like 30 years ago. And as we find out, the painting has the face of Daj.
Well, the other version of the face has it. Because you can see the painting when he's looking at it, like, oh, look at that.
Oh, sure, it's not finished.
Right.
Yeah. Right, in the dream, it doesn't have the face.
Right, and the one on the wall is not finished either.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, no, because that would be like, oh, now I'm looking at it, and now I see the face. Doesn't make sense. It's like when he goes to the archive.
You know what? Good. I'm glad, because I kind of didn't see that, and so I was like, why is he at the archive to see the picture he already was looking at it before? Okay. Aha! Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Paul.
You're welcome.
All right. When he wakes up, he is informed that Daj has run off.
Yes.
Disappeared. We learn that she disappeared because she was afraid that she would bring those terrorist killer guys to Picard's door.
Yes.
She has a conversation with her mom via Skype, whatever.
Yeah.
Future Skype.
Yeah.
And we learn a couple of things from this. One, her mom has some knowledge that's odd.
Yes.
Oh, you should go back to Picard.
Yes.
What? Did I mention that? Yes, you did. You told me, obviously, earlier in the conversation.
Well, how else could it have happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not nice to, do that to your daughter.
Yeah, that's right. You're crazy.
What do they call that?
Gaslighting?
Gaslighting, yeah. Don't gaslight your children. That's just bad.
She gaslit her daughter, which then makes you think perhaps it's not actually her mom, or biological or otherwise.
Right.
That it's more of like a guard or a caretaker in some way.
Maybe.
What you brought up a good point, though. See, I was under the impression right away, like, oh, she's in some kind of secret weapons lab program that she's escaped from. Your point was, well, why do they want her to go to Picard then? Going to Picard, it kind of goes at cross purposes to weapons lab.
Yeah.
So the fact that the mom wanted her to go back to Picard suggests maybe that, she's working at cross purposes to... Here's my thought. I think perhaps she started as some kind of secret project. Okay?
Okay.
I know, I'm going theories here, but she started some kind of secret project, complete with the black-helmeted Romulans. So it's probably a Romulan project.
All right.
She and some others, the others, escape in some way, or are, and so they're on the run. So the mom is someone who has like a collection of these proto-human android Westworld hybrids.
And to protect them, wipes their memory of the event.
Sure. Yes. Good job, Paul. The theory. I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like that's maybe where this is going. So in other words, there's a group that is the jerks, and then who want their material back, and then there's the group that liberated them.
The problem I have with this, in that if we assume that the people who did the attack on Mars was the Federation, maybe like Section 31 or something, right?
Perhaps.
Because they don't want the thing to occur, because they have the influence over the lab that makes the androids.
True, the Daystrom Institute, they were like, this is later, but they talk about, we were making those, they came from this lab.
Right. So if they have the influence over it, and they cause it to happen to scuttle a rescue of Romulans, then their creation doesn't make sense to me as some sort of plot to help the Romulans.
I mean, well, these are different, by the way. These are not like the synths that attacked Mars. These are like 1,000 years in the future.
So everybody has a synth lab then.
Yes. Well, this guy Maddox is gone, right? he's been.
Right.
I would say he's been kidnapped.
Right.
Probably by Romulans to create their own lab.
Right. Okay. So. Okay.
And so they were creating something to maybe strike back. Like we'll take your synths and we'll up. I don't know. I got it. There's a lot more that we don't know. We don't know enough to make theories. But
yeah.
Hence, I'm making theories.
Hence, I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah. So, in any case...
Can't you just be satisfied with matting people? I mean, why you have...
True. Oh, I got to mat somebody, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
I have a candidate for guy who is almost certainly one of, like, if not the main villain, like, just below, like first henchman to main villain.
Sure.
That is Narek, the guy at the end who's talking to Soji. That dude has got villain written all over him.
I mean, didn't watch the...
Well, and you're right. In the trailer, it also like they're having a relationship, and it's just like she knows stuff or something. Yeah. But did you see the way that they introduced him?
Oh, well, sure.
When they introduce him, they walk in and they have like a red beam across his face, and there's the music's like and then it immediately turns to, "Hey, what's going on? Oh, I just thought I'd say hi. Anyway."
Oh, my brother died too.
Yeah, well, oh, that dude he's full on. He's not just minion level. He's like ding 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 guy. So he'll probably die.
Oh, okay.
That's
my
point.
Saying. Okay.
Unless he becomes like a series-long villain, maybe it's one of those things where, in order to get her back, to get Soji back, he ends up dying at the end of this season.
I guess. I mean, I guess what I would think would make that a firm thing. I don't think we've seen that. Is any attempt to like, what I'm doing is probably wrong. Oh, I care about her. Then he would. Then he's gonna die.
In the beginning, I was just here to exploit your resources, but I've come to have an affection. Oh God, now
yeah. Right.
Anyway, get ready for Narek.
Yeah, it's like I feel like if he's just like all along, then who cares if he dies?
Who cares if he dies? All right, good point. Narek, you've been matted. Okay. So Dodge uses like tracks her. We find out, the only way you can track me is,
if you had some security clearance,
which you don't.
Nope.
Or does she? Okay, so she tracks Picard back. Picard has been hanging out in San Francisco at his little hope chest, like room of fun memories.
Oh, it's his archive, personal archive.
Okay, there you go. That's what they call it. The room of fun memories, I think.
Yes.
So he goes there. They have a hologram that follows him around. It's the Index. The actress was in Night Flyers, which we covered on this show. We covered on Dork Lords. Wasn't the best show, whatever, but so be it. Picard goes into the room of fun memories, and one of those fun memories is the Captain Picard Day banner. Mm. We saw that back in Star Trek Next Generation, the episode Pegasus.
Yes, we did.
I also like the fact that he wasn't very fond of the whole day for him,
right?
But he saved the banner.
Yes, he did.
He saved it.
Yep.
It's pretty pristine shape too. It's not like, that thing's like 30 years plus old. It's not wilted or anything. They've got
I would hope in the future they have a lot better materials that you make out of things.
It just gets cheaper and cheaper materials. They're like, this is pulp. Just give it to the kid to write on. He sees the painting with the face.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that the woman depicted, the daughter in the painting, is basically the same age as Dodge.
Yes.
And so you start reading into that maybe Dodge was created in a lab that she's stuck at that age, as opposed to I've been growing for 20 years. And like, in other words, if he'd have met up with Dodge when she was 6, he wouldn't know none of that. You look like that painting. It just so happens, it's very coincidental that she happens to meet him at the time when the painting is, trigger something in him. So I just wonder if maybe it's one of those, like Data, you're created.
Right. Well, it doesn't seem like there's been enough time for her to be, created and born and grow up to be that age.
That's a good point, too.
So,
that's a good point. If you start measuring it out, because she was just accepted at the Daystrom Institute. which maybe is also what triggered the attack. Or
Right.
Maybe they got her found out or something. But,
Right. Yeah, but
that means she's in her
the whole,
20s.
if she's in fact she's in her 20s. If she was a synth or whatever and created, then it would have to happen after the events that the scientist knows about.
Right.
Whatever her name is, Agnes.
Agnes.
So it would have had to happen after that, and so that means that's
She'd
only
have
like
to be like
less
10 years old or something.
Yeah, less than
You know, somewhere in there, 10-ish years old, and she's obviously older than 10.
Yeah, I think it's no more than 15. I think so.
Yeah. So that's a good point. Anyway, so perhaps she is, been created. Boop. They just stuck her in the centrifuge from Watchmen, and like in 5 minutes, she's fully grown. That's the information he takes out of that. It's like, wow, okay, boy, it must be Data's daughter. Comes out, there she is. They have a meeting, reunion of sorts, and it's there that she gets attacked, right?
Yes.
So they're having a little conversation, and then she's like, "Oh, I can hear stuff from like blocks away."
Yeah,
Like,
but what was interesting during the conversation is they established one of the things that Dash soon would have to deal with is that she's just like everyone else in the Federation or whatever who doesn't have a good opinion of synthetics. And so she's horrified at the idea that she might be.
And that would be a big shock, obviously, if you're like, wait, no, we saw
Right,
we saw like Westworld robots having the wait, I'm a robot moments,
Yes,
so it's a similar type of thing of
Yeah, but they're pariahs, though.
Good point.
They
my social standing has gone terribly low. To the point of criminal.
She says, like, what is it, soulless murder bot or whatever. She doesn't say murder bot, but soulless robot or killing robot. And then she goes on to kill.
And she wants to kill folks soullessly.
Yes.
Picard is convincing her, like, no, you're a robot. I mean, you're an android. She's
Yes.
like, no, I'm not. Like, look,
Androids
how did you track me down?
Yes.
How did you say you could hear stuff for
Yes.
blocks? You
Yes.
had a picture of me in your head.
And androids are good.
Androids are great.
Your
dad was amazing.
Yep. And if
Don't
you're
you forget
his
it.
daughter, then you mean very much to me. I will never leave you ever. I'm going to be that annoying father
Until
that's
the
always
day
around.
you die,
Yes.
which is in 5 minutes. But yes, for that 5 minutes, count on me. So sure enough, the Death Squad shows up.
Yep.
I'll say they were there to capture her again. They're probably there to do.
I think so.
Do we get the idea? How did they know to go there? Do we know how they knew that?
No, I don't think we do.
Right?
Because they don't, this cloaking technology that they think seems to exist or whatever. We don't know. You would think it would apply to them too, but maybe it doesn't.
All right, so here's we just talked about the mom figure saying go back to Picard.
Right.
Is it possible that that's how they knew that she was going to be with Picard? In which case, maybe she wasn't.
Yeah, I don't feel like we have enough evidence to say either way.
All right.
I mean, what's the point of killing her with Picard?
I know. Well, I'm just saying, in other words, now they know where she is at that point. But I don't know. They probably,
you mean they were eavesdropping on the communication?
right, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Perhaps. It's just like they found her pretty fast. So it was like,
That's true. Well, maybe they were just following Picard all that time.
That's true, right? Yeah. There's a fight. She kills everybody off, but the last guy left. I'm assuming he's got like a cyanide capsule type thing in his. So he like bites down on something and then spits. It's kind of like a Romulan screw you, I'm going to kill you in my death throes moment.
Yeah.
And so he spits acid at her. It's not just acid because it blows up.
No.
Oh, it blew up the gun.
Yes.
That's what it did. Okay. So it would have just, it was
It would have
burning
dissolved her anyway, yeah. Maybe she could have, like, I'm just burned.
Yeah, down to my endoskeleton, whatever. But it blew up the gun. That's what it did.
Yep.
And so, boom, she's dead.
Yeah, the mistake she made, she should have thrown that gun away.
Right.
Instead of like, just let it drop in my feet. Oh no, look at me, you're dying.
It's kind of a shock moment there where you're like, well,
Sure.
this was supposed to be the character that's going to go through the season at least. You're like, she's okay. That was a fast season. But no, because there is a twin, we find out.
Yes.
Picard, obviously, he just watched her die in front of him. He's heartbroken, but he's like, this is where he gets his mission statement.
Yes. She deserved better.
Yeah, and I'm going to go find out, what Data's plan was and what was this all about. Yeah. He goes to the Daystrom Institute, which is in Okinawa, and talks to Agnes, we mentioned. Yes. That actress, Alison Pill, I believe is her name. I first saw her in Treatment on HBO with Gabriel Byrne.
She's also in Newsroom.
Good point. She was in Newsroom. What was cool about her performance in Treatment is that is a show where you cannot hide as an actor. It was like there's no production value. It's like two people sitting on a couch.
Not like Picard behind that bench.
Correct. But in other words, there was almost no cutaways. It was just like it's all text, talking heads, and she held it.
There you go.
So anyway, so cool, good on you, Agnes. So Agnes is like, oh yeah, the Daystrom Institute. That's where the synths came from. They shut down the lab after that. We can only do theoretical stuff. We can't actually do real.
Yeah, we can't make anything
practical stuff.
No.
And Maddox was in Measure of a Man. He was the one that put Data on trial because he wanted to disassemble him.
And study him.
And then create more Datas. And it's that Measure of a Man episode where we, basically get the ruling that Data was
is a unique individual, a sentient
entity.
Yes.
And so that character, he's referenced a few times in Next Generation, but that was the main episode where he's shows up. Well, that guy kept working at this project, obviously, and he has then disappeared after their lab got shut down. So either he left to go do work in secret, or he was taken. I would guess he was taken.
I would guess left.
All right, so we'll see him with an eye patch. Picard shows Agnes his necklace. She's like, oh, well, that means that Daj was part of a fractal neuronic hexagonal diatribe tortoiseshell Xbox MacGuffin. Basically, oh yeah, this is a process but you create two individuals from this. So she's got a twin out there somewhere. Although this stuff, it was kind of weird. She's like, oh, flesh and blood androids are like 1,000 years away.
Yep, nope.
Oh, but if we had Data's,
just one neuron,
of his particles,
one of his neurons, his positronic brain,
we could A, bring Data back.
Yep.
And B, we'd do the project.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, those things are very easy to do if we just had that.
Yeah,
like,
that's all we need.
All right. So that notion of that being one particle can bring Data back.
I guess their plan to bring back, put those thoughts into B4 didn't work.
Right.
So yeah, I guess they didn't still have that as actionable, but maybe that's what happened when the guy left, is that he took the material.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point, because the fact that Daj has an image of Picard in her mind as soon as she activates, to me suggests that she's got some portion of Data. Data's daughter. I think that
I wouldn't think.
I think the particle is trapped
necessarily are connected. I think that's programmed.
Okay, I just thought maybe it was like a memory that.
I can see why you would think that.
Okay. Although it is old man Picard, it's not like the memory's not like, oh, it's me on Enterprise D.
Right, and the mom is like, you should do this. So I think that's part of a program. Like, if this goes south, or if you're in danger or whatever, then these things will happen. Like, one, you'll be able to kick people's ass and kill them, and the other thing is this memory, the image of Picard will come to you, and you should find him.
Oh, you know what? Then maybe the reason that Picard has Romulan housekeepers
is that they're spies?
They're spies.
Oh, that's interesting.
So they're like, in other words, when that step happens, the robot, the androids are going to show up at your place, and then we'll go, hey, everybody, the Eagle has landed.
Oh, interesting.
All right, there you go. New theory.
It's interesting that they're not especially helpful then when she disappears. In fact, you'd think they'd just let her disappear.
That's true. It's a good point. They're like, wait, oh, crap. So I don't know. They did seem very nice, but seemingly nice. Yeah, those are the people you suspect.
That's right. They are Romulans, and you know about them.
That's something we learned from our Federation propaganda training.
That's right.
Never trust a Romulan.
Never.
One thing I'll say, I was a little like, it's nitpicking, but the necklace isn't unique enough. It's the whole thing is like when Picard's like, oh, what is this necklace? And she's like, oh, my dad gave it to me. Like, oh, wow, it looks very unique. Oh, I'll remember this. And then he gives it to to Agnes, and she's like, oh, the two circles. Oh, well, that means fractal neuronic schmabbity-schmabbities. JCPenney, Target, CVS. That is not a special necklace. It is a silver little one band with two circles on it. Like, it's not special. And so I think the script was like, this will be a special necklace. And then when it came time to make it, whoever was in the prop department was like, it's fine. It's fine. It's two circles. What do you want? I got other stuff to do. I got to make the things with the patches and the arm things. Screw it. The necklace with two circles. It didn't work for me in terms of being such a huge, because it's a huge plot point. Yeah. It really does actually drive the plot. And it's just not that engaging. Maybe that's what we thought about. Necklaces are banned.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
So any necklace in the future is like, what? A necklace? Wow. I don't know. Yeah.
It didn't bother me.
Okay. I acknowledge nitpicky, but just throw a little extra, make it weird, make it cool.
He hated the whole.
Hated it. Okay. We then end with there's a big reveal, but also mysteries abound.
Sure.
We see Soji, this twin that's been referred to, and she talks to our villain.
Yes.
He's not introduced as a villain yet, but he's a villain.
He is.
He's a villain.
Yeah, he is a villain.
Narek shows up. Guess he's a Romulan? I mean, I guess he could be a Vulcan.
No, he looks pretty scruffy.
But
there's scruffy Romulans.
Scruffy Romulans. Well, we saw scruffy Spock in Discovery.
That's true, but that's let you know that he shaved it at the end.
Yeah, exactly, to become properly Vulcan.
That's right.
So he's probably Romulan, and they strike up a relationship, and we get the idea that they're going to be an item, and we do see in the trailer for the rest of the season that they're an item.
Yeah.
So she said she's apparently a doctor. He says like, you fix broken people.
Yeah.
Well, we pull out from the scene and we see that they're on a big Borg cube, but we're also told it is the Romulan Reclamation site.
Yes.
And so, I don't know, there's a lot to take in from that. Like, what does that mean? Is this a secret thing? Is it a well-known thing?
Yeah.
Is this where the Romulans that managed to get off of Romulus, is this where they went? They're like, we don't have a planet anymore. Hell, we'll go to this abandoned Borg cube. Or it occurred to me that maybe when he says, "Yo, you fix broken people," maybe it's like she's fixing people that were assimilated by the Borg, and that maybe this is like, because we know that Hugh is in this season.
We do.
Hugh was the guy who was like, "I'm a Borg," but now he doesn't say we anymore. He's an I. He can disassociate himself from the collective. And so maybe there's a series of Borgs that have an apology tour, essentially. Like, we are sorry for what we did. We want to help the Romulans. The Romulans had to turn somewhere.
Right.
So the Federation wasn't helping them.
Right.
What do we do? And these Borgs were like, hey, check it out. We got some help for you. And so by doing that, maybe they have joined forces in some way.
Okay.
Borg Romulans, and maybe she's helping.
There are a lot of questions that haven't been answered yet. My feeling is that it's an abandoned cube that they took over.
It does look less than pristine. Looks like it's been through some battles.
Yeah, so that's my impression, that it's an abandoned one. Either that or somehow they're able to sort of attack them and take it over. But it's not my impression that it's sort of like run by a combination of Borg and Romulans.
Narek says she talks about her twin, so Soji knows about her twin. We didn't hear Daj mention a twin. That doesn't mean she didn't know about it.
Yeah, I think she knew.
the question obviously is how did Soji get all the way out there?
Right.
And why aren't they trying to put a hood on her and
Yeah. My guess
Maybe there's
is that
different factions
that she's there as some
Romulans.
sort of humanitarian mission. So maybe she's like a Doctors Without Borders kind of thing or something.
Narek.
And it's like, oh, she's right here.
She's right here. Look at
We
this.
don't need to do anything. She's right here. We can tell the other one we need to get.
Yeah. Quick, everybody attack her and make her activate.
Yeah.
So
Blow her up.
Narek dropping the whole thing about I had a brother and he wasn't my twin, but he died unexpectedly.
Yes.
Like that's a major plot point there.
Yeah, sure.
Something big there is like ding ding ding
Yeah,
ding ding
maybe.
ding ding. Either that's because he said it was unexpected. I don't know. Maybe there's like an illness that's going through the Romulans or something like that, or I don't know. Because the guy obviously died young, so either he died violently or he died of some unexpected illness.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just if he died, like let's say in the attack on Mars or something, you think he would have said, "Oh, he died on the attack on Mars," or "He died on the supernova." Like the fact that he died unexpectedly,
right?
And it wasn't that long ago. I think he said a year ago or so.
Right.
Suggests to me that is integral. If you have an idea of what that means to the plot, stick it there in the comments. But that's important.
Yeah.
Just note that.
I
later.
thought, and I have no reason to. It's not like I'm married to this idea, but when he mentioned it, I just thought he made it up just to try to.
Oh, sure. That's true. Just to get in good with her, he's trying to,
like,
hey,
oh, you lost.
We just met.
We just killed your sister, and you don't know. And I.
It's so specific, though. I don't know, like.
So, and you don't know about it yet, but maybe if I prepare you for it by saying I've lost my brother, by the time you lose yours, you'll be mine.
You'll be mine. Good point. If he's a villain, which he is, he could be lying. Sure. Yes. Lying. What do we think is responsible for those synths attacking Mars? I would say it's almost certainly not just that they decided to do it on their own.
No, definitely not. Although I guess it's possible that we don't know exactly what the state of apparently the synths were working on the refinery or whatever that was making the things, and so we don't know
The
that
armada of ships that was going to go save.
So we don't know. They're like,
Romulans.
we don't like this.
So obviously, it would the easy answer is a group that didn't want the Romulans saved,
Right.
and so Federation could be that.
Yep.
Could be Vulcans maybe, but since the Daystrom Institute is connected to Earth, it would be trickier for Vulcans maybe to.
Right. So who knows? Maybe. So we don't know. That's another part of the
We have a guy I haven't seen any Vulcans in this episode.
We
yet.
haven't. No, we haven't.
It's just interesting. So anyway, if you got some theories on where this goes, theory crafting. This is our time.
There you go.
Episode 1. That's when you do the theory crafting.
That's right. 2, forget it.
So yeah, exactly. The whole plot will be done by then. So let us know what you think, and we'll be back talking about episode 2. We're also talking about The Expanse.
Yep.
So come on back for that, everybody.